All right, Aries, welcome into June. How are you? Man, there's a bunch of planets in Aries, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Chiron all in Aries. And so if you're an Aries sun sign, moon, rising, or Venus, then you have extra emphasis. All right. It's just about the volume of the experience, right? If you don't have many planets in Aries, you still have Aries and Mars in your chart, but you just don't have the volume. You do because you're a sun sign Aries, probably because you're watching this. And again, moon, rising, or Venus, those are your personal planets, or those are four of the personal planets. Ascendant's not a planet, just a point. But my point is, it's just a point. My point is that there's some powerful energy going on in the universe in Aries. So it should feel really good to you. This should feel like an alignment, all right, for Aries. And so let's see what's going on. They're sticking around in Aries for a while. So this is kind of a nice time for you, hopefully, especially with Venus and Mars both in your sign. That feels good because Mars is there, but Venus is also softening it a little bit, and Jupiter is expanding, right? Jupiter is expanding your Aries energy. So huzzah, that's fantastic. Let's see where we go. Whoops, begin now. Aries, you're being called. Aries is being called, man. I mean, yes, look at this. Gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. This makes me feel like, you're used to action, right? You're used to action. You're used to things where you go, okay, this is an opportunity. Bam, I'm going to take an action. There's some request from the universe that you learn more about receiving. Okay, learn more about that, the Venus energy, about the receptive energy, the allowing energy. That's something that likely is going to show up this month for you, especially as it comes to, instead of, I'm going to do some videos around Dr. David Hawkins' work. He did a lot of scientific experiments around the frequency and the vibration of people's emotions. And I feel like there's some kind of lesson here, power versus force. That's one of his books. So for Aries, especially because of all those planetary placements in Aries, power versus force, right? Force is just forcing something, but power is elevating your frequency. And that's something that could really be a help. Instead of doing more, how about vibrating at a higher frequency and attracting more to you, right? This lesson of allowing is something that's likely to show up for you this month. Okay, so let's see. Deep breath, everybody. 9 of Swords, 3 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. That's some Sag, Pisces energy. 6 of Cups, 9 of Wands, Strength. There's Leo. All right, so there's Empress. There's the 2 other fire signs are here. All right, Death, Queen of Cups, 7 of Wands. Right. Okay, so this is power versus force. I mean, this is definitely what needs to be I think you need to create a new tool for yourself, some kind of new way of dealing with situations, especially if you have any kind of anxiety. Learning more about boundaries, and also learning more, this is Wands, which is also fire. Learning about the receptive energies, I think, is going to be a big deal. This 9 of Swords, some of you may be going through some kind of anxiety, some kind of anxious period, or some kind of overthinking everything. And I'm just feeling like there is going to be some stuff coming up for you. It could be in the Sagittarius full moon much later in June. Sagittarius is about what we believe. And sometimes we don't know, or we're unaware of the thing that's driving action. And if we're working on this energy of receptivity and allowing people to come toward us, allowing opportunities to come toward us instead of like going out and seeking them, which is like kind of too much this month. It's really about this kind of feeling, which is receptivity, sitting in a higher vibration, working on that. Okay, we got that message. So you could be dealing with a Sag, Pisces, Leo, Taurus, Libra, or Scorpio this month. And I feel like it's almost like this is the memorial in America. This is Memorial Day, and it's kind of the unofficial start of summer, even though summer doesn't really start until later in June, until the end of Gemini season. But this says to me that there is this nice opportunity for new connections, an opportunity to reconnect. All right, reconnect. This is the Six of Cups, which is also about allowing someone to come in, and I do feel like you've overcome a lot of patterns through sheer force of will. Okay, you've overcome some things that may have, I kind of feel a little bit like they've been triggering to you, that you've had some experiences lately with people that have triggered you into like, oh, wow, this really isn't working for me. I'm going to need to work on this. I'm going to need to really find my heart center now, Death and the Queen of Cups, and attract the energy of love to me. This is Venus. This is Venus energy, Taurus and Libra. You could be pulling in, you could be learning from someone who just like, they don't, you might experience this person as they don't go out and get it, right? Like there's this go-getter value. And this person is somebody who just like, things just come to them, things just come to them, things just come to them. And that to you might be something that's like, oh, okay, I don't have to run myself ragged. I don't have to like push and push and push. When opportunities come in, sometimes it's a quieter energy. It can be just as powerful as the go-getter and stuff like that. And I realize we're painting with a really broad brush here. Not every Aries is motivated in that way. They could have other things in their chart that mitigate that. But I'm definitely feeling that it doesn't really have much to necessarily to do with just like, oh, every Aries is like, a leader, a corporate leader or a criminal or whatever. Not every Aries, obviously, is that. And because Aries is definitely about going my way, right? I'm going to do the things that are right for me. And so this does have to do with understanding your own values. And I think that that's an apt kind of awareness that not every Aries is the same. And so what are your values? This might be a really good month to kind of sit with that, because we act based on what we value. Just look at your checkbook. Look at your priorities. What are my priorities? What do I spend money on? What do I spend time on? Those are your priorities. And if you're like, yeah, but I hate doing this and I hate doing that and I'm blah, 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 blah. Well, the overarching priority is obligation or something that you feel, even if it's grudgingly, there's some kind of like, yeah, but I got to do this. Okay. And why the anger? Why the frustration? Why I don't want to do this? Like, why do it? Can you shift that for yourself? And how you shift it is you look at every single situation, every single opportunity as a way to unhook from an unconscious or lower vibration feeling. Unhook that experience, or that, every time I write a check to this person, I get angry. Every time I pay this bill, I'm like, why am I doing this? Every time I, agree to spend time with this person or with this group of people, I get angry about it, right? Like, look at all the ways in which that Mars, that Aries energy is showing you, even if it's in a reverse kind of way. Well, then what do you want? If you can't stand going to this person's house and partaking in whatever kind of stuff they're doing, then are we having a problem with saying no? Are we having a problem with, right? And then you can recast it for yourself. Like, I say yes to things that inspire me. That's very Aries energy. I say yes to things that bring me love and feeling good, right? That's what I want to do. And even all of us have things to do that we may not be like super psyched about. But can you shift that for yourself and be like, you know what? This is important to me because of the result I get from doing it. So not everybody gets up and is like, woohoo, can't wait to go to the gym. But when they leave, they're like, yes, I did it. I did it. So instead of sitting in the, I don't want to do this, then sit in the energy of, yes, I did it. Because that's what the strength card is. That's what that's about. It's about overcoming those. And it's really just about how you're looking at it. Because, I saw a sign one day like, the job you hate may be the job someone else would be like, oh, thank God, this is my dream job, right? So it's not intrinsically bad. It doesn't have, this group of friends that are kind of like, oh, I wish I could not be part of it. Like maybe there's something else there for you that you're not seeing. It's something to consider. It's almost like taking your life and kind of looking at it from a different perspective. I don't see the Hanged Man, but I'm feeling the Hanged Man presence here of, wait, it's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. That's something to look at. And that's why this is showing up here. It's about, oh, maybe I'm putting out so much energy and I'm really resisting taking in love from other people, right? Sometimes I definitely know someone who makes it really hard for you to send them a gift, like at Christmas time, okay? Makes it really difficult. So they don't have like the street address. They don't want to have anybody sending things to their street address. So kind of certain kinds of shipping are out, right? They have a post office box, but there's certain things that you can't send to that. And it's like, maybe they don't only go there once every couple of weeks. And so that kind of forces other people to be like, okay, well, their birthday is in a month. I better send it now. And it's almost like, and then they don't really get it. There's just this disconnect of allowing other people to love you back, and it's probably a value that you were raised with, that when I take action, there's a certain time for this, right? When I take massive action, when I take, leadership or control of something, when I do this, I feel really good. But if there's no reciprocity in that energy, if there's no how am I taking in? How am I filling my cup back up? Then all this massive action can really get you feeling like nobody helps me. I help everybody else, but why doesn't anybody help me? And that's super low vibe. Okay. So there's gratitude in allowing people, it's sort of like seeing the things that seeing the patterns, seeing the things that you want out of your life, seeing the certain people that drain you. And, you may feel like you have no control over that. It's like a coworker, at work, like they're going to work there, I'm going to work there. Like I don't have any control over this, but you definitely have control over how you experience it. You have control over how much you attach a meaning to these annoying, right? That's a meaning, annoying conversations with this person or something like that. There's always ways to take control of your own emotion, to take control of your own experience. Always. Okay? Always ways to do that. And so that might be something you want to look into in June. I also see that there's a very mama bear kind of feeling here. So not interested, like there's certain things that, all the things I've been talking about may be kind of low-lying irritations or things that, it's just really in how I'm looking at it. But there's something here that will, like all these little actions and the focus on the heart chakra, the focus on the self-love, the focus on the boundaries, right? Seven of Wands is boundaries. The focus on that will bring you such power. And that's a different kind of power. This is a feminine power, right? So the feminine power is internal, right? Making babies, internal. It's a feminine energy and it's a nurturing energy and everything like that. So this is something to balance. This is definitely something to balance. Now, some of you are also overcoming a past relationship pattern and finding your heart, finding the new way of being in relationships. And that may include doing boundaries better, learning about that. And also, there's big transformation for Aries here. So I will definitely go deeper into this. Sag, Pisces, Leo, Taurus, Libra, Scorpio. You might be dealing with one of those or several of those. So I'll look deeper into that in the extended. All right, let's keep going. Aries, if you want to continue on with me, the link is below. Otherwise, the Taurus reading starts right now.